नारायण श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्रीशैलाभिजनाम्बुराशशिनं श्रीकृष्णतातात्मजं श्रीशैलान्वय देवनाथ सुधियः प्राप्तागमान् तत्त्वयं पादाब्जे नरसिंहताते गुरोर्न्यस्तात्मरक्षाभरं विद्वद्वृन्दचकोरचन्दिरमहं रामानुजार्यं श्रये श्रीरङ्गसुधा मधुसमास्वादयन्तं श्रीरङ्गमहिषी पदपङ्कजात्मजं सुलभाश्रयं सदा मोदसिद्धमद्भुतं भजेऽहं गुरुं तं रङ्गनाथप्रियं सुखासनस्थं हृदयाब्जपीठे चिन्मुद्रयालङ्कृतपाणिपद्मं शुभोपवीतं विमलोर्ध्वपुण्ड्रं नमामि रङ्गं गुरुं मन्तरङ्गे नमामि योगसम्राज्ञीं विजयां विजयप्रदां श्रीरङ्गाद्धासनासीनां करुणां मम मातरं गुरुरूपपरञ्ज्योतिः ज्योतिरूपगुरुः परः अज्ञानमन्दिरं ह्येतत् कुरु विज्ञानमन्दिरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः सकृदेव प्रपन्नाय तवास्मीति च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यः ददाम्येतद्व्रतं मम मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षाद् रामायणात्मना. With salutations to my Guru and the Guru of all Gurus who will commence our session today. In the last class, we concluded Pranaya Prarthana Sargam, which is the 20th Sargam of Sundara Kandam. It's a great day to go through Sundara Kandam on an Ekadashi, isn't it? So we'll go through a very important chapter today, which is called as Ravana Trinikaranam. So in the 20th Sargam, we have seen how Ravana, without any lajja or shame or any regard to the Aryan way of life, right? Not the geographical Aryans which we have been brainwashed into, but the nobility that goes with it, Nobility, okay? The nobleness with which Aryans are supposed to deal with people. How are they supposed to think? How are they supposed to speak? How are they supposed to work? That was completely missing in the way Ravana dealt with Sita Mata. And we also notice that Hanuman, being an Aryan, he does not literally jump into conclusion. He does not jump onto the ground there. He gives it some time. That is another thing that we should notice, that before you are a Parakrami, and Hanuman is also a Satya Parakrama Purusha. He knows how to deal with the Paurushatvam of Ravana. He can deal mighty blows with him. In spite of that, he keeps quiet. He does not immediately interfere. His heart would perhaps have been boiling at that point of time. How dare this guy talk like this to Sita, right? But he didn't do that. There may be many reasons for that. One of the things is, okay, right now it is still a conjecture that this is Sita. I still have to go and talk to her and verify, right? All said and done, Ravana has requested, so there should be no more room for doubt. But still, for the doubting Thomases, limitation on the number of doubts is enough, isn't it? So perhaps he wanted to verify it firsthand himself, right? The other important thing is he being somebody who is a jnani, he knows the real nature of Sita Mata, right? She is, in fact, light itself. And given that fact, should I not wait? What will be the reflection of the light? In other words, what will be going on in her mind? I should give it some room for her to also respond. And therefore, it is an opportunity for me to learn. I have not seen Sita speak, isn't it? This is a great opportunity for me to be quiet and listen to the nectarine words of Dharma that are going to come out in this important chapter. I strongly believe the second is the reason why Hanuman kept quiet. And that's the nature of our buddhi. If you think of the tattvic aspects here, right? Buddhi should step back. It should not jump into conclusions. Buddhi should always spare time for discrimination as to what is right, what is wrong, and then take the appropriate action. And here we are seeing a perturbation, which is like stirring the hornet's nest, as they say. Sita Mata is already in a state of despair and depression. Ravana has come and literally added fuel to fire. But given her nature, who she is Bhumi Pirati herself, the symbol of perseverance, patience. That is what her Atma Gunas are. And Hanuman, as a true Bhakta, wanted these Atma Gunas to flow like a garland of flowers. And perhaps that's what he is waiting there to see. And let me stop my blabbering. Let us go into the chapter. Ravana Trinikaranam. That is, he is going to make mincemeat, as they call it, or convert Ravana into a grass, right? Trinikaranam. Tasya tadvachanam shrutva Sita raudrasya rakshasaha arta dinaswaradinam pratyuvacha shanairvachaha. Sita heard Ravana speak in different words, and the qualification for Ravana is raudrasya rakshasaha. He is somebody who was in a Rudra Rupam, meaning he was very angry, isn't it? Sita Raudrasya tasya rakshasaha or rakshasaha tataha vachanam shutva arta dinaswara. These are the attributes of Sita. She was somebody who is in a artho jigyasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. Edula varum?
Vishnu Sarnam.
No.
Bhagavad
Gita, yes. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janas sukrtino arjuna artho jigyasur jnani cha bharatarshava. Artaha means somebody who is oppressed. He or she is in a state of wanting something to mount over their worries. That is an artha. She is somebody who is of course, that statement also comes in Vishnu Sahasranamam later in the Phalashruti, isn't it? You are also partially right, Lata. So, Artaha, Dinaswara. She is somebody whose tone is really sorrowful. And she is also in a pitiable state, Dinam. And such a person is not going to speak with a loud voice, isn't it? So she is going to speak in Shanaihi Vachaha Pratyivacha. Very, very slowly she spoke. Dukkharta rudati Sita Vepamana tapasvini Chintayanti vararoha Patimeva pativrata Trinamantarata krutva Pratyivacha shushismita. These three go together, so I have combined them. So she is Dukkharta, she is afflicted by grief. She is also a tapaswini. Vararoha, meaning she is somebody who has very beautiful hips. Abdinartham. Vararoha. Yashaswini abdinu varum illaya. Mahalakshmi stotrathila varum. Vararoha. And pativrata. what else who else can she think of? Patimeva Chintayanti. She is always thinking of her dear husband. And she now starts to address Ravana. Of course, she is also Vepamana, Rudati and all. Rudati, she is crying. Vepamana is, she is kind of sweating and trembling. Right? We saw this word even in Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna, isn't it? He Veputuscha Sarire me Romaharshascha Jayate Gandivam Sravate. So he was in that state. Sita is also in this state. But before she speaks with Ravana, she does one interesting thing. What does she do? Trinam antaratah kritva prathivacha. She dropped a blade of grass, which is darbham, before she spoke with Ravana. So, darbham is how many milligrams? 0.001 milligrams, maybe. What is it going to impact, isn't it? That's what people will immediately think through. Is it going to become something great? It is part of the dharmam that Satyavrata lady, when before she speaks to a third person who is not her husband, she has to lay this darbha in between. And darbham, as we all know, is known as pavitram, isn't it? That which causes piety in us is pavitram. And it will ensure that there is no flow of negative energy from that party to yourself. So that is the purpose that darbham gives to an Arya Purusha, an Arya Purushi also. So she followed the Dharma Shastram before she speaks with Ravana. Imagine the state she was in. She still does not violate what is known as Dharmam. So சனாதனத்தை ஒழிக்கணும்னு நிறைய பேர் கிளம்பியிருக்கா இப்போ இல்லையா, பல வருஷமா கிளம்பின்னு இருக்கா. பட் இது என்னுடைய வியூ பிரகாரம் பல 1000 வருஷமா ஆயிருக்கு. It is not just one kosu which speaks about Sanatanam now. It is there for several thousands of years. And Sanatanam dies not due to external factors, but due to internal factors. If we are not able to internalize what is Sanatanam, வெளியில் 1000 பேர் சொல்லிக்கலாம், ஆல்ரெடி செத்து போயிடுது. சனாதன தர்மத்தை உயிர்ப்பிக்கணும்னா, if Sanatana has to come back to life, we need to catch hold of the tail. Brahmapucham pratishtha tadapesha sloko bhavati. Taitriya Upanishad. We have to catch hold of the tail of the Brahma Purusha through our lineage of Acharyas. That is when we'll exactly know the connection between us and the eternality. That is the Paramapurusha, right? Yesha Dharma Sanatanaha. That is when we truly will start respecting and imbibing the Sanatana Dharma. If that does not happen within us, it can happen anytime outside. And before complaining, we should try to reflect on ourselves. So what we see here is the aspect of Sita Mata following or adopting the principles of Dharma, even in a state of despair or sorrow. Okay, so these are all Dharma Sukshmam, which we should learn. Okay, and it's very easy for us to step away from Dharma, very, very difficult to adopt and follow it at all points of time. So what does she speak? Nivartaya manomattaha swajane kriyatam manaha namam prarthayitum yuktam susiddhimiva papakrite. All that's going to emanate now is Dharmam, Dharma Shastra, from none other than Sita Mata. She is also a Dharma Murti. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Sita also is a Vigrahavati Dharmaha. What does she say? Nivartaya manomattaha manaha nivartaya. Immediately stop thinking about me, right? What a beautiful correlation we have between this and what Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? There also Vinashatikku Moola Karanam enna sonna nambo Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangaha Teshu Upajayate. the more we think of Vishayas, the more we get attached to them. Sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavasamoha, etc., etc. Finally, smriti brahmshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. She is attacking the root of all of this problem for Ravana. Is stop thinking about me. What a beautiful statement here. Swajane enga ponna appo manasu eduthachu inge, right? What else should it get attached? Immediately she gives the response. Swajane kriyatam manah. You have so many wives. ஏன்னா வைஃப்ஸ் குறைச்சல உனக்கு எல்லா லோகத்துலேருந்தும் இருக்கா. ரூபவதியும் இருக்கா, ரூபம் இல்லாதவளும் இருக்கா, வீரியம் உள்ளவள் இருக்கா, வீரியம் இல்லாத எத்தனையோ பேர். சங்கீதம் தெரிஞ்சவா இருக்கா, நிறுத்தம் தெரிஞ்சவா இருக்கா. There are so many of yours. Why don't you just attach the pointer, as computer scientists would say, allocate the pointer to your own array of wives. Okay, it's a linked list or array, I don't know, but just take away your mind from me. Very simple for Sita to tell, isn't it? Ravana is so obsessed with her. Every day morning he is making like gajri mari வந்துட்டு போறார். டெய்லி வந்துட்டு coffee with anuva என்னமோ சொல்லுவாங்க அந்த மாதிரி. He comes every day and tries to make a point, pranaya prarthana, and go away. Namam prarthaitum yuktam. Remember, you are not supposed to even make this kind of prayers that you are making. Pranaya prarthana actually. So never do that. How does that equal to abdinaka? Papa kirtu susiddhimiva. Otananna, whatever is not required, somebody is doing, and then still expecting punyam to happen. புண்ணியஸ்ய பலமிச்சந்தி மாணவாக அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஸ்லோகம் இருக்கு, சுபாஷித ஸ்லோகம். But they don't want to do punyam. Papam is done with the intention of gaining the outcome of punyam. How on earth is that possible? In a similar manner, you are not supposed to make this kind of nonsense prarthana with me. Okay. Akaryam namaya karyam ekapatnya vigarhitam kulam sampraptaya punyam kule mahati jataya. She is giving the reason why Ravana should not make that prarthana. Okay. What is the reason? He is saying mahati kule jataya. I have been born in a great kulam of Janaka Maharaja, isn't it? Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthitaha janakadayaha. Again, Bhagavad Gita, right? Krishna says, those who have attained samsiddhi through the karma yoga is somebody like Janaka, right? I have been born into such a great lineage of Janaka Maharaja, and punyam kulam sampraptaya. The family also is meritorious. Ekapatnya maya vigarhitam akaryam nakaryam. I have already been wedded to Ramachandra as the one and only wife, and I cannot have more husbands than one, right? So therefore, you cannot think of asking my hands. Evamuktvat vaidehi Ravanam tam yashasvini rakshasam prishthatah kritva bhuyo vachanam abravite. So very nice thing here. So after having spoken like this, evamuktvat vaidehi Yashaswini, that is Sita Mata, enna panna Ravanam prishthatah kritva. She turned her face away. So idvaraikum the Dharma Shastra means if you are face to face and talking to a third person, darbham in between, right? Now she accomplished what she wanted with these opening verses to Ravana. Okay, that she wanted to make an impact on him. Imagine, she's a tapaswini, yashaswini. Such people, just to think of them is itself a great thing. But if you happen to see them in person, right? That is what all the jnanis tell to devatas, you know. That is what exactly happened. She Pirati யோசிச்சுட்டு she turned her face. She thought that may this guy at least get the benefit. The only punyam he is earning is looking at me. That Tejas will have its impact. That is what is her sankalpam, perhaps. Okay. So please take it in the light of the rasam here. And then immediately she knows that from now on, his mind is not going to change. So therefore, I better turn away from him. So she turns her back to him. Rakshasaha prishtata kritva, Rakshasam prishtata kritva, bhuyaha vachanam abravit. What did she say from now? Na hamaupaiki bharya parabharya sati tava sadhu dharmam avekshasva sadhu sadhu vratam chara. So she started to give the yamas and niyamas that somebody like Ravana should follow. Okay, Dharma Sastrata solla pora. Ennalam solra parabharya sati aham. I am somebody else's wife. I am also a chaste pavitramana person, sati. Aupayiki bharya na. I am not somebody who is somebody who can be obtained by various types of upayam. Upayatlendu aupayiki அப்படிங்கிற word வருது. Right? Through all means, especially coercion, force. Ravana is trying to make Sita as his wife. Right? That is the upayam he is using. He is not using any other upayam. We have even seen his standard of romance is so poor. Right? He says, just like eagle goes after serpents, previous chapter. So that is the nature of Ravana. He is using all types of upayam. Here in this case, he kept telling that you are a bhiru, you are a coward person. So that is the upayam he is using. But remember, I am not attainable by any such types of upayam. Aham aupayiki bharya na. Dharmam sadhu avekshasva tava sadhuratam sadhuchara. So she is saying that I am married to somebody else. Therefore, it is only important for you to follow the path of dharma. Don't go after others' wives. Yatha tava tathanyesham dara rakshya nisachara atmanam upamam kritva sveshu dareshu ramyatam. So, ingadam, you will see Pirati's perseverance, her compassion. Avaruடைய ஆத்ம குணங்கள்லாம் வெளியே வருதுன்னு சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? What are the ஆத்ம gunas that are going to come out one after the other? Right? The very first thing is she is adopting. She is a dharma murti. Right? That is the very first ஆத்ம குணம். Now her ஆத்ம குணம் of compassion is going to show up. For somebody like as cruel as Ravana, and you are also in despair, right? So if somebody comes and spoils our mood, all kinds of bad words will come first, isn't it? It will not be meet and proper to speak in any other format. But look at what she is saying. Dharmata adopt pannu appdin solra. Now in this slokam she is saying Nishachara. Nishacharana Rakshasargalukku per, those who wander about during the night times. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagarti Samyami. Nishachara is also an attribute to the bad qualities, right? When is darkness and when is light? Darkness is when we are not aware of our true nature, which is the fact that we are eternally tied to the Paramatma Swarupam. The moment we split away from that, our Nisha's period starts, our darkness period starts. That is where all the bad gunas will start to do tandavam. Okay, they will start showing one after the other. And all these bad gunas are called as Nishacharas also. So in this case, she is addressing Ravana's Nishachara. Tava yatha anyesham daraha tatha rakshyaha. You are supposed to protect not only your wives, but also others' wives. Okay, in the sense that you are not supposed to transgress. You are the king of this land, so better follow dharma. Atmanam upamam kritva. So show to others that you are worthy of worship. Upamamna, analogy or upamanam. You have to ensure that your wives look up to you. Look at my husband. he is not running after others' wives. So therefore, they will start showing more love and affection to you. That is what Sita Mata is saying here. Okay. Atmanam upamam kritva sveshu dareshu ramyatam. You can infinitely enjoy with your own wives. Atushtam sveshu dareshu chapalam chalitendriyam nayanti nikriti pragyam paradara parabhavam. Sveshu dareshu atushtam. So, in spite of that, if you are after others' wives, what will your own wives think, or what will such affected victims or parties think about you? That's what Sita is going to tell here. Sveshu dareshu atushtam chapalam chalitendriyam. One who is chapalam, his mind is always wavering. And chalitendriyam, your indriyas are not in your control. You are not a vasishtha. Vasishtha is somebody who has all his indriyas in his control. Then nikriti pragyam paradaraha parabhavam nayanti. You will start getting insulted by other ladies the moment they see that being the king of the state, you are not following dharma and you are after others' ladies. Yasanto navasanti sato va nanuvartase tathahi viparita te buddhirachara varjita. Iha santaha navasanti sataha nanuvartase tathahi achara varjita te buddhihi viparita. I am seeing that you are such a perverse person, probably because of two reasons. One is you are not ready to listen to good words, good counsel, right? You have become a haughty, egoistic person. Your indriyas are not in your control, therefore you are not listening to others. Or the other reason she is giving is there are no Satpurushas in this place. So இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமாக அறிய வேண்டியது. ஏன்னா ஒன்று வந்துட்டு தானா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும், இல்லை இன்னொருத்தர் சொல்றத கேட்கணும், right? Either you should have a buddhi of your own or listen to other wise counsel. You seem to be lacking in both here. This land is devoid of Satpurushas. That is the inference I can make, right? Excepting one person who is Vibhishana. Perhaps I am not sure if Sita was aware of Vibhishana at that point of time. But in general, she is making this comment. This is the reason why you are such a perverse person. Buddhihi achara varjita. Acharana kai kala alambrada matram illai. Acharam is the aspect of adopting the path of dharma in its true sense. Vacho mitya pranitatma pathyamuktam vichakshanehi rakshasanam abhavaya tvam vana pratipadyase. Remember, this is perhaps not the first time she is telling Ravana. Okay, just like Ravana keeps coming like Gajni, Sita Mata also would have counseled him many times. That's why she's saying, you are not following the path of dharma. You have been instructed by me many times, but you are still not listening to it. That is the other inference we can make. Mithya pranitatma, somebody who is indulging in these kind of unrighteous ways, which is yourself, tvam. Vichakshanehi vuktam pathyam vachaha. Vichakshanehi is jnanis, okay, those who are able to see things beyond. And they have a sense of discrimination. Their buddhi is avyavasayini. Uktam pathyam vachaha rakshasanam abhavayana pratipadyase. Oh, the reason why you are not following this advice, good advice or counsel of others, I know why you are doing this. You do not want your clan to exist. You want your entire clan of Rakshasas to be destroyed, right? That is the reason why you are not following the advice. Akritatmanamasadya rajanamanaye ratam samruddhani vinashyanti rashtrani nagarani cha. What will happen if you do not follow the path of dharma? அப்படிங்கிறத சொல்றாங்க. Akritatmanam anaye ratam. Akritatmanam is those who are foolish, basically. Ratam rajanam asadya samruddhani rashtrani nagarani vinashyanti. So what happens is, if the ruler of the land does not adopt dharma, all the cities and nagaras in that kingdom, they will get destroyed very soon. Remember that. She is kind of alerting him to the negative aspects of not following the dharma. Tatheyam tvam samasadya lankam ratnaugha sankula aparadhattavaikasya nachirad vinashishyati. Lankam ratnaugha sankulam. This Lanka is full of wealth, all kinds of ratnam, jewels, etc. All of this will be nullified. Vinashyati. The moment you stop listening to this wise advice or counsel, just because of one person's aparadham. And that one person is none other than the ruler of the land. Yeah. Rajave tappa pannittanna நம்ம கவலையே படுவானா. Dharmam will do its job. So and of course, dharma will do its job through its own counsel, its own set of people. Okay. So Kurtairhanyamanasya Ravana dirghadarshinah abhinandanti bhutani vinashe papakarmanaha. So if such a person who is a papishta, papatma, he perpetrates adharma, and if he gets destroyed, right, because of this adharma, Swakurtaihi, Ravanasya, what is the beautiful adjective she gives to Ravana? Adirgha darshanaha. Dirgha darshanaha, adhirgha darshana. The one who cannot see beyond the here and now. Okay. You are not able to, so you are so obsessed with the present that you are taking decisions, you are making actions which is going to result in your downfall. Such a person is known as an adirgha darshanaha. If such a person gets destroyed, the people of the land, what will they do? They will rejoice. Okay, abhinandanti bhutani vinashe papa karmana. When such a person is vanquished, then the entire land will rejoice. That is what is going to happen. Evam tvam papa karmanam vakshanti nikrita janaha Dishtyai tadvyasanam prapto raudraityeva harshitaha. She further says, Evam papakarmanam tvam nikritaha. Having insulted you, right? What will janaha do? Harshitaha. They will be very, very happy. Raudraha dishtya etat vyasanam praptaha ityeva vakshanti. So they will all say that this terrible fellow luckily has met with his end. So such is the happiness that your own people will have. Okay. You are having the pride that you are the king of this land. All of that will go away very soon. Shakya lobhaitum naham aishwaryena dhanena va ananya raghavenaham bhaskarena prabhayatha. So she turns back to these other important reason now as to why she cannot be treated as somebody who is aupayiki, right? With any upayam you can get me. It's not possible because aham lobhayitum ashakya. You cannot entreat me to any kind of goodies and say, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Ennulla unakku lobham undakka mudiyadu. You cannot make you desire for you at all. Including Aishwaryam, Dhanam, etc. Because in the previous chapter we have seen, isn't it? You become the queen of all queens, right? And not only you, your relatives can come and rejoice. All of that pralulobham that he does, right? She's saying, I will never be lured by the gift of power and wealth. Why? Because Raghavena aham ananya. I am not, there are many ways in which you can interpret this word ananya. I am never separated from Raghava. Abdin Sallam. Another thing is, I am not different from Raghava. I am not different from him, right? So I am inseparable. That which is inseparable is always going to be same as that original principle, which is Ramachandra. Right? So, ita vechinde philosophy nadatalam. Sri Tattvam, the Mahalakshmi, is she a Jiva Tattvam or is she a Paratattvam? There is no room for any imagination. Everything is fixed here. Raghavena Ananya Aham. I am not different. Right? You can think I am not separate from her. Eppadi naka Bhaskarena Prabhayata. just like the Prabha of Bhaskara, Prabha, rays of sun, just like how they are not different from the sun itself. In such a manner, I am ever tied to Ramachandra. Right? One thing interesting to note here is, if there is no rays of sun, you will not be able to infer the sun itself. Right? So where there are no rays, there is no sun. And where there is sun, there will be rays. So that's the Ananya Bhavatvam that Virati is mentioning here. Okay. Ananya Raghavenaham, very important slokam. Ananya Raghavenaham Bhaskarena Prabhayata. Upadhaya bhujam tasya lokanathasya satkritam katam namopadhasyami bhujamanyasya kasyachite. Another very, very important slokam, where the Paramapurushatvam of Ramachandra is brought out by none other than Sita Mata herself. Okay. Forget about all other characters in Ramayana. Sita herself is vouching for who this person is. Okay. Lokanathasya tasya. He is the Lord of all the worlds. Lokanathasya tasya. Satkritam bhujam upadhaya. Having used his bhujam, I am leaning on his shoulders always. Okay. How on earth can I think of anyasya kaschit bhujam katham nam upadhasyami? How can I rest my head on somebody else's shoulders, having given offered myself, my head and my soul, my body, everything to the Lokanatha who is Ramachandra? So this is another very big proof that is taken to show that Ramachandra is none other than Lokanatha Sriman Narayana. Katham nopadhasyami bhujam anyasya kasyachite. Ahamaupaiki bharya tasyaiva vasudhapatehe vratasnatasya viprasya vidyeva viditatmanaha. She is giving further analogies here. Enna solra? Aham aupaiki bharya. I am indeed the aupaiki. Upayatnala Bhagavan enne wife alanjirkar. He has, I am his wife because of the various upayams that he has. Ennalam upayamna Jagat Karanatvam. He is the creator of this universe. I am the Shakti through which he creates this universe. That is the upayam there. Aham upayiki bharya. He is the Ishvara, I am the Ishwari. Right? So that is the connection that both of us have here. Vasudha Patehe, another adjective she used. Lokanathan minna solita. Ipa Vasudha Pate, he is the Pati of this entire earth. Vasudha Pati, Bhumi Pati. And that cannot be an ordinary mortal. So that's what we should keep in mind. If somebody is a Vasudha Pati, he should be the Satya Kamaha, Satya Sankalpaha, Satya Parakramaha. All these are attributes of the Paramatman. Enna adjective kudukra? Vratasnatasya viprasya vidyeva viditatmanaha. Just like Vidya is the asset of the Vipra. Vipra is Yaranna Vipra? Those who are born twice, Dvija. Right? That is, they were in a world of Prakriti before. They have transcended the world of Prakriti and ascended into the Paramatma Tattvam. Such people are called Dvijas. The moment they take Vratam and start learning the Vedas, they become Vipraha. Vipraha are those who have extraordinary knowledge of what they are studying. And in this case, they are studying Vedas. Swadhyaya Prabhachana Bhyanna Pramaritavyam. They understand the entire import of the Vedas, right? The Mula Karanam of Vedas, what is the meaning of the Vedas, and how this entire world is subservient to the Divine Lord or Ishvara. Such people are called as Vipras, okay? And for such Vipras who are into Vratam, Snatasya also, they have taken bath, meaning they have taken the vows that they will understand, they will study Vedas, they will understand the import and get established in it. Very complex statement, right? Deep. It requires a little bit of stepping back and understanding who a true Vipra is. For such people, they become Viditatmanaha. They will get established in the Supreme Self. And therefore, Vidya becomes their very asset. It becomes such an unshakable asset that be it any external factor like E or Kosu, it does not matter, right? You get established in the Supreme Self and the Vidya thereof. Nothing else can shake you from Sanatanam. Sanatanam is not just something which is codified in books, right? Sanatanam is that Supreme Brahman who is the Jyoti Swarupam. And once you get established in it, you become a Vipra, and Vidya becomes inseparable from you. In such a similar manner, I am inseparable from Lord Ramachandra. Okay, so that is the import here. Sadhuravana Ramena Mam Samanaya Dukhitam Vane Vasitaya Sadham Karenveva Gajadhipam. Ravana, so therefore, what are you supposed to do? Dukhitam Mam, I am an aggrieved person. Gajadhipam Vane Vashitaya Karanveva. Right? Just like you would reunite a female elephant which is wandering in the forest with its corresponding male elephant. Okay. Ramena Sardham Sadhu Samanaya. Just like that, ensure that I am returned to my husband Ramachandra. Okay. That is what Sita Mata says here. Mitramaupayikam kartum Ramasthanam paripsata vadam cha nichhata ghoram tvayasau purusharshabha. Remember that if you return me, it is for your own auspiciousness, your own good things that are going to happen. Asau purusharshabha, this bull among women, that is Ramachandra. Ramaha sthanam paripsata ghoram vadam anichyata cha. He wants to avoid you getting into trouble. Okay. Okay. So this is where she invokes the Kshatra Bhavam. Right. She is a great Kshatriya lady. Right. And she has to shake the confidence of Ravana. That is the other important thing she is doing here. First is Dharmam. Right. முதல்ல சொல்றது பிரம்மஸ்தானத்திலேருந்து சொல்றா. ஓம் பிரம்மண க்ஷத்ரம் நிர்மிதம் Brahma Brahmana Atmana. Kshatram was created for the purpose of saving the Brahma Tattvam. So we see that other Atmagunam of Pirati here, she's not only instructing in Brahman, the Dharmam, but she's also talking about how my husband is a great Kshatriya, right? He doesn't wish that you get into a very awkward situation where you may be killed. Okay, Anichata Toya Mitram Kartum Aupayikam. Therefore, you better go and make Maitri with Lord Ramachandra. So that is the lesson that Pirati is giving to Ramachandra. So it's a very the more we listen about Sita Mata, slowly we'll start getting to the feel that she is none other than Ramachandra herself, right? And she starts to speak with Smitham. I forgot to mention that. Before she drops the grass, she has a kind of smile on her face, okay? That smile, imagine she's in a state of sorrow. But before that, the word that is used is, she is Trinamantarata Kritva Pratyuvacha Shuchismita. She Chintayati Vararoha Patimev. So she is thinking always of Ramachandra. And the moment you think of him, you but smile. That smile has many connotations, right? That the fact that it is the great Ramachandra that I'm thinking about, the moment you think of him, his qualities, you obviously get into a state of bliss or anandam. That smitham is because of that. The other thing is, from a practical standpoint, he is such a Parakrama Purusha, and who are you? You are really a Kosu, right? So perhaps the smile that she has also indicates in a sarcastic manner, are you going to withstand that Parakrama, right? So there could be many reasons you could attribute to that smitham there. So with these words, we'll conclude our session here today.
Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta Samsara Chiragava Mukta Guru Charanam Puja Krishna Krishna Sindriya Manasa Niyadevam Rakshasi Nijahridayasam Devam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate
Kayena vacha manasa indriyirva buddhya atmana va prakrite swabhavate karomi yadhyat sakalam parasmai Shriman Narayana yeti samarpayami sarvam Shri Sita Ramachandra Arpanamastu. Have a great day and a week ahead. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raghuvanshi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dhanyaspena Harin.
Thank you. Namaskaram.